Today's video is about adverbs. Tell me honestly, have you ever listened to someone speak English and thought, why does their English sound so polished and mine sounds so basic, even though we are saying the same thing? It's not about your vocabulary, it's not about your grammar rules, it's not about your accent. It's because they have to fine tune their sentences. And one of the most powerful tools for that is adverbs. Adverbs are like the editing layer of English. They sharpen, refine, intensify, soften, clarify. They do everything that makes a sentence sound complete. Today, we are not doing a quick definition, no shortcuts, no half baked explanation. We are going to take a master level tour through adverbs, what they really are, why they exist, when you must use them, how they change your meaning, and every important type with grown up natural examples. So, by the end of this video, I promise your sentence building skills will feel renewed. Let's dive right in. Okay, what exactly is an adverb? In a simple school definition, they say like an adverb describe a verb. That's only 20% of the truth. But here is the real complete definition. An adverb is a word or phrase that gives extra precise information about how, when, where, how often, or to what extent an action or situation happens. But here's the part most people don't know. Adverbs do not only modify verbs, they can modify verbs, adjectives, other adverbs, whole sentences, entire ideas. So, adverbs are clarity enhancers. They make vague sentences precise. Let's look at some natural neutral sentence. She responded. Okay, but how did she respond? When did she respond? How quickly she respond? With what attitude? So if you're saying like she responded immediately and quite calmly, suddenly the sentence becomes vivid. Two adverbs like immediately and calmly and quite modifies calmly, right? So this is a kind of control adverbs gives you. And do you know the reason why do we use adverbs? First one is to remove the ambiguity. Ambiguity means unclear meaning, right? Say, for example, if you're saying he explained and he explained clearly. Now, when we are saying he explained clearly, we know how he explained. And in order to add emotional tone, adverbs can show the speaker's attitude. Honestly, I did not expect that, meaning this is my true opinion. Surprisingly, the meeting ended early, meaning I did not expect this outcome, right? And to give timing and sequence. Say, for example, she eventually agreed, which means after some time and hesitation. He previously worked in finance, meaning in the past, right? And also, we use adverbs to indicate the frequency. So these adverbs build your habits and routines. For example, I usually work out in the morning. We rarely eat out, right? And also to intensify or weaken the meaning. She is extremely talented. He is somewhat disappointed. So adverbs give you control over the intensity. Okay? And let me tell you, when do we use adverbs? Adverbs can appear in three major positions in a sentence, but the meaning may slightly shift depend on the placement. First one is the initial position, which is at the beginning. That will be used for emphasis or tone. Say, for example, interestingly, the data shows a different trend. Suddenly, the lights went out. So, this is common in formal speaking and presentation, and sometimes in the mid position before the main verb or after the verb be. Okay. Say, for example, she always arrives early. So, if you notice, it is happening in the middle, right? They are usually friendly. So, this is the most common spot in everyday English. And at the end position, at the end, that will be used for manner and place. He spoke confidently. The kids are playing outside. See, this position often focuses on the action itself. Got it? Now let's move on to the major types of adverbs. The first one is adverbs of manner. That means how something happens. So these adverbs describe the style of the action. For example, like calmly, efficiently, deliberately, gradually, professionally, confidently. She handled the situation professionally. That means she used correct, mature behavior, right? He spoke deliberately, which means he chose his words slowly and intentionally, not suddenly, step by step. So these are adult real life expressions and adverbs of time. So that means when something happens, like previously, eventually, currently, recently, immediately, soon, lately, they eventually accepted the offer. After a long wait, the final decision came. I recently moved to a new apartment, okay? And adverbs of place, that means where something happens. Examples whether it happened indoors or outdoors, abroad or nearby, upstairs, downstairs, or overseas, somewhere, anywhere. So, this adverbs of place describes where something happens. He has been working overseas for 2 years. Let's sit somewhere quieter. Okay. And adverbs of frequency, of course, the word frequency says like how often something happens, right? Examples whether it's happening occasionally or it is happening frequently or it's like a usual thing or generally, seldom, consistently, typically. All these are some of the example words for adverbs of frequency. She seldom complains, that means very rarely. We frequently collaborate with that team, that means many times across the month. And adverbs of degree. So when it comes to degree, to what extent? To what extent? So those time we will use the adverbs of degree. Highly, deeply, moderately, entirely, significantly, slightly. These are some of the examples of adverbs of degree because it explains to what extent. The two reports differ significantly. That means there is a major difference, right? I'm slightly confused. So a little bit, not too much. Got it? And the next one is focusing adverbs. That means it highlights the importance. For example, only, mainly, especially, primarily, even, particularly. So I'm mainly concerned about the timeline. This means this is the primary issue, right? Mainly. She even apologized, which surprised everyone. So this was extra or unexpected. And comment or sentence adverbs. That means when we are expressing opinions. For example, fortunately, unfortunately, honestly, ideally, technically, surprisingly. Fortunately, the event had to be cancelled. So this gives you an emotional tone, right? When you're expressing an opinion. Technically, the policy has not changed. So here we are adding factual clarification. And adverbs of probability, that means showing certainty. Like words like probably, possibly, certainly, definitely, apparently, presumably. She will probably join us later. That means high chance, but not guaranteed when we are using the word probably. So it means adverbs of probability, right? Apparently, the meeting was postponed. So, according to the information that they have received, the meeting got postponed. And we do have interrogative adverbs used in questions like why, when, where, how. Why did the system crash? How did you solve the issues? So these adverbs introduce question types and relative adverbs like linking clauses, for example, where, when, why. So this is the place where we met. So here it is not for questioning. So here the word where links the two ideas. So that's why it is linking clauses, relative adverbs. So it's pretty simple. Practice this every day. So that's all for today's video. Kindly like, share and subscribe for more English tips. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.